Alright, you guys, it's your girl Taty, and I'm back with another video. As you can see from the title down below, today's video is another story time. And follow me on all my social medias. And if you haven't already, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. Hit that post notifications bell down below so you're notified whenever I post. We need to get these views up. Share my videos, post my videos, and if you tag me, I'll repost your videos on my Instagram, TikTok. Let's get me out there, because y'all, these story times are too good for little to no people to see them. But I appreciate y'all who view my story, but I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. View my story times, but I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Let's go ahead and get to this video. All right, so y'all, this is part 2 of our roommate horror story, right? I stole her underwear. I don't know what I'm gonna title this, but this is part 2, y'all. So Ashley had been accusing us. She was believing that what the other roommates were saying. Like, she was really believing that me and my boyfriend were taking her stuff. That's extremely bizarre to me. Don't know why, because as I said in the last video, him and his mom had actually kind of like worked with her in moving her into that room and, like, you know, working on her with the rent and all that. But what I didn't mention was Ashley only started acting like this when it was time for her first month's rent. Well, I guess technically second month's rent to be due. That's when she starts, oh, I think you guys are taking my stuff. Oh, just going all off the wall like that. And we're just like, threw me for a loop. And in the beginning, as far as like her complaining about the wall situation of her room, how it's not like touching the ground, that part, like I said, originally she didn't care to have a wall one way or the other. She said, hey, you know, it's no big deal to me, but you know, she would like one. He built her one. Was it like a full wall? Like, no, because it didn't touch the ground, but it was a wall. No, it wasn't insulated, so you can hear her conversations, but like, look, she knew what she was signing up for. Nonetheless, I digress. But moving forward, in that situation, I really was advocating for her. And this is before she started accusing us of taking her stuff. I was like, you know, she's a young girl. She wants her own privacy. And, like, I get it. Like, if you want to talk mess about somebody, you don't want nobody hearing your conversation. Like, you know, you just want your own privacy. So I was advocating, you know, for her. I was telling my boyfriend, like, go ahead and complete the wall. Make it a full wall. Just explain to, like, the landlord, like, you made one of the subleases a full wall. Like, so now it's a full wall. I feel like that would increase the property value as well. But, like, I know my boyfriend would try to do all that because, like, he's like, it's not really my property, like, for real, because, like, I'm subleasing it, making a passive income off of it. Like, I get it. And if you don't know what subleasing is when you rent from a landlord and you have people that are renting whatever extra space or rooms that are in the place that you're living. Does that make sense? You're renting from somebody and somebody else is renting from you. That's subleasing. There we go. So I was really advocating for her to, like, make her a full wall, insulate it all. You know, she have her own privacy. But when she started accusing me of taking her stuff and all that, and like I said, I'm barely there. Honey, I'm not eating your stuff. We're not even the same size. How would I take your stuff? Like, make it make sense. Like, she really started tripping right there. I was like, all right, F you, Ashley, F you. So time's going on, and fun fact, so one of the rules was you can rent a room. However, if you have an extra person and they stay for, like, for instance, like, you can have a guest over for 3 days straight at a time, like they can spend a night and all, no extra charge. But if they start staying like a weeks at a time, then that's an extra charge. You got to pay for that person, right? So Ashley will often have one of her boyfriends over. One of her boyfriends, yes. Not gonna knock your hustle. But she had one of her boyfriends over. Like, she would either have, we're gonna call one Shaggy and the other one Darren. Alright? So she would either have Shaggy or Darren over the house. And, you know, at first my boyfriend, he wasn't really saying much about it. But, like, you know, he also met the boyfriends too. Like, the reason I know for a fact it was her boyfriend is because he told me that when one guy came over, like, she introduced him to my boyfriend, and she was like, oh, this is my boyfriend. Then, like, a week later, he seen another guy, and she was like, oh, this is my boyfriend. But, like, she was looking like, you know, don't say nothing about the other guy. And, like, they would come over interchangeably. And at first, my boyfriend was saying nothing, but then like going into the second month, and like mind you, sorry, like she missed first month's rent. Now you're missing the second month's rent. Like this, honey, this is getting out of hand. So and then you got extra guests over, staying days, weeks at a time. He's like, Ashley, you ain't paid rent. You got extra guests over. Like, you're gonna need to do something. And like just from there, she started complaining more and more and more. Okay, let's recap. No recap. We're good. If y'all don't know where I'm at, go back and watch the first story time. I'll link it at the bottom. Go back and watch that, or else you're gonna be a little confused. Time's going by. Ashley's still talking mess, still complaining, still saying this, that, and the third. I'm like, you really gonna let us stay here? I'm like, you really tripping? So my boyfriend at this point is planning on putting Ashley out, and I agreed on that because it's like she was almost entitled. I was like, nah, she's gotta go. If you're not paying, you gotta go. And then you got extra people over. Oh, honey, you got to go. So how we started was we started putting like notices on her door, like saying, hey, you owe this much or you'll have to go. We did that for about, I want to say 4, maybe 5 days. And like she would just take it down, rip it up, or like take it down and throw it away. Ashley wasn't paying them notices no attention. Now if she was gonna like keep ignoring it, we was gonna get the like police involved or court, however we had to go about that process, right? Oh, but I forgot to mention, like, the reason we was putting notes on her door every single day at this point was because we were low-key trying to provoke the girl so she could get into an argument with us, and so that we could put her out, for the simple fact that that tantrum she had, remember I told y'all in the last video, go back and watch that, go back and watch it, that tantrum she had that night, we wanted her to get, like, have a good reason to have her put out, like, immediately, like, that day, because we knew it could potentially be a process for us to go put her out the legal way. So we figured, hey, if we could provoke her, get her in an argument, call the police and, get her up out of there ASAP. We was going to do it for a week before we actually went to, like I said, do the process of getting the police involved or the courts. This is like the 5th day we had put a note on her door. And I went over with my boyfriend, we was putting a note on her door, because each time we would do it, I would take a picture to show proof that, hey, we even let her know, you ain't paid nothing. And you're well past both windows of, like, paying your first month's rent, your second month's rent, and then on top of all that, like, the grace period for them to even start the process of you putting you out. Because how the process was, if you didn't pay your rent on, like, say the first of the month, right, you had 3 to 5 days after then before they would proceed with the process of putting you out. But they were gracious with her because they felt bad because she was a young girl and she didn't really have nowhere to go. So I'm just like, you gotta still be professional, okay? Remember that. So I'm always taking pictures, like, to prove, like, in case, like, we actually had to go to court and, like, just help them prove their case or whatever. It was a Saturday. We put a notice on her door, y'all. I'm getting ready to go to church on Saturday. I go to church on Saturdays, yes. Put the notice on her door. We take a picture. We turn around. We don't say nothing to her. She's in the room, by the way. Door closed and all. She knows we're out there. We just put notes on her door, took a picture. I'm headed back out, right? As I'm walking away, I hear,
you can stop putting fucking notes on my door. That's just so annoying. I'm gonna be putting out super.
I heard a whole lot of fucks. I'm like, whoa, who's talking like that? So I'm like, is that Ashley? Ashley, we've been looking for you, Ashley. Ashley, come out and talk. So because Ashley was getting all hype, belligerent, gassed up, pumped up, whatever you want to say, adrenaline pumping, honey, I was like, you know what, we've been quiet for too motherfucking long. I've been letting everybody do what they do, handle it the way they handle it, say what they say. It's my turn to speak. I got something to say, Ashley. She told us, y'all can stop I said, you got so much to say behind that door. You got so much to say behind that door. You want me to come out? I said, come out, Ashley. Come out, Ashley. I've been waiting for you for the longest. Come out. She busts out the room. She tells him, now what? Now what? I said, girl, now what? I said, you had so much to say behind that door. What you got to say now? I said, because that does not change the fact that you still over it. Me and her, we're going at it. Going back and forth. Because I'm like, you sitting here, you talking all crazy to all these people in the house. People that are helping you. My boyfriend and his mom, like, you don't curse them out, went off on them, doing all this, that, and the third, and you're still in his house. I said, if it was me, I would have had you out of your ass on the first day. Like, there's no way you're to come in here. I'm helping you. Trying to work with you on a rent, just saying, hey, let's try to do payments, let's break it up, let's do something, and you cussing me. I was fired up for them because who are you talking to? Out your ever loving mind. Tells them, well, I tried to work with, like, I told them I was in between jobs. Honey, I said, you don't move. Let me tell you, let me give you a life lesson. Don't move in places you can't afford. Don't purchase things you can't afford. Don't do something you cannot afford. Life lesson, okay? Boom. So, in the midst of me and her arguing about all this, right, she tried to pull a fast one on me. I ain't gonna lie. She tried to pull a fast one on me. She said, well, you know what? I just think it's weird because your boyfriend follows me on Instagram.
Oh, jump scare.
What? I said my boyfriend follows you on Instagram. Let's back up a little bit. Not foreshadow. Let's just back up a little bit, right? So, Ashley, before I ever came across, met Ashley and everything, right? When she had already been living at the house for about a week and a half. Never seen the girl, mind you. So I asked my boyfriend, I said, what does she look like? He's like, he's trying to describe her, but he's not. He's a guy. He's just a boy. So he's not good at describing stuff. So I'm like, okay, like I don't have a visual. Like if I ever came across her in public, like I would, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know who I'm looking at, right? Okay, Chuck, go upside my head. But no, I would say go upside my head, but like, yeah, anyways. So I'm just like, what does she look like? He's like, he's not really describing the word. I said, well, like, I need a better description than that. He's like, well, actually, my brothers follow her on Instagram. Like, one of his brothers already follows her on Instagram. I was like, oh, really? Word? He's like, yeah. She said that she knows his brothers. My boyfriend told me that Ashley said that she knows his brothers. And I'm like, how'd she know your brothers? Now, I guess, like, it's just about being out and about on the scene. You come across people, even if you don't really know them like that, you just meet people, exchange Instagrams, or, like, your people know these people. Like, it's just scene type stuff, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. So he go to his brother's Instagram and click on her profile. And, like, I see a picture of her or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. I know how I'm looking for now, right? So in this moment while we're arguing, she's like, why does your man follow me on Instagram? I'm like, my man follow you on Instagram? I'm telling him, yeah, he follows me. Like, she's trying to get, like, snotty with him because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that don't even sound right. Now, I got a good gist of my boyfriend's type, and I'm not saying guys won't talk to or mess with anybody they feel like, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? She ain't really fit his type for real. I barely really fit his type if we being honest, like. But I'm like, I'm just like, you're not even black. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm like, really? So she's like, yeah, I can show it to you. She got her phone out. Oh, mind you, y'all, what? Ashley come out in the towel. I guess she had just came out the shower or whatever. And like, she's fussing at me in the towel, right? Freshly hair wet, all that, right? And so she's scrolling on her phone. Like, she shows me the Instagram account that she believes it's my boyfriend following her. Yeah, I didn't have to look too hard. I was like, that's not my boyfriend. She's like, what? I was like, nah, that's not my boyfriend. She's like, but it looks like him. I was like, that's not my boyfriend. I said, that's his brother. And they do kind of look a little. I was like, but that's his brother. up missing your underwear? Where is she going with this? And I'm like, is she accusing me of taking her underwear? Or is she accusing my boyfriend of taking her? I said, what we gotta do with your funky underwear? What's that gotta do? She's like, every time like my underwear end up missing, and mind you, my thing is Ashley keeps talking about all these types of things keep ended up missing, but my question is this to you. Why, when you leave the house, do you leave the door to your room wide open? And has it ever occurred to you that maybe the creepy guy that lives in the house is trying, the one that's been trying to talk to you for the longest, could it possibly be him? Do you think that maybe he might be taking your stuff because, I don't know, like he likes you, even though he has a girlfriend living right there in the house? Has that ever occurred to you? And I'm just like, is she really trying to blame us or is she talking to us? I said, so who are you saying took your underwear? Because ain't nobody here took your, why am I loud? But I'm like, are you trying to say one of us took your underwear or something? Like, what make it make sense? She's like, well, I don't know where they're going. I said, Ashley, ain't nobody took your funky underwear. You need to relax. Told her, well, why is all my stuff missing? I can't believe this. This has been a horrible living experience. I said, then why are you here? Oh, I have nowhere to go. I said, well, then where did you come from? Oh, church got quiet. Well, it doesn't make any sense. And I was like, mind you, in the midst of all this, like we have been calling each other bitches back and forth. And at one point, she was just calling me bitch. And, like, I'm like, yo, Ashley, all this cursing, it ain't working for me. Even though I'm cursing back at her, I'm like, girl, I started taking my shoes off, hair pulled back. I'm like, what's up? What's up? She,
Are you gonna fight me in a towel? You're gonna fight me in a towel?
go put some clothes on then. You're gonna fight me in a towel? I said, go put some clothes on then. You're gonna fight me naked in front of your guy? Go put some clothes. I said, honestly, you're saying this and it doesn't faze me. I'm not worried about you. And y'all, she tried to pull one of these. So she's like, tells him, girl, look at me. Look at me. So I was like, oh, I look good. I'm just like, girl, nobody is pressed on you. Nobody is pressed. Like, she really tried to pull. I'm like, honey, I promise you I'm not pressed on you. You got a little shape, but like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with little shapes, but like, it ain't what you think is given, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, relax. Like, relax. Calm down. Like, you ever been in an argument with somebody, like, they calling you this, that, and the third, and like, they trying to pump themselves up by playing you down? I'm just like, honey, you ain't even giving that. Like, you not that for real. Like, I'm not even a hater. Like, if she was out, like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, she had a cute little, not really. She had a little shape for, I don't know how to say this. She had a little shape for a white girl. I'm sorry, no offense. Some of y'all do have some shapes now. But she had a little shape for a white girl. So I was like, you know, it's not bad, but like, it ain't giving what you thought it had gave. Not enough to take my man. So sorry. And he do like money, but you ain't got enough. So sorry. So sorry. So like, she really trying to like shake her butt in the town. I'm like, girl, relax. My boyfriend, he said, yo, why was we sitting there laughing? I was like, I don't know if I want to fight with her or laugh with her. I've never been so confused. I was like, what in the world? So we're still arguing, going back and forth. I was like, bitch, get the fuck out today. I want all your stuff gone. Get out, get out, get out. She starts getting upset and crying. Tells him, I just think like this whole thing is embarrassing. Get the fuck out. Get out now. Like, I'm getting mad. Like, I'm going off. I hurt my hand. I'm going off. I'm like, you're just doing a lot. You're being disrespectful. You're not appreciative. You haven't paid. Get out. I said, get out today. Get out today. I said, I don't want to see you. She said, well, I'm leaving tomorrow. You don't have to worry about me. I said, I didn't say nothing about tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised and tomorrow is not today. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I said, get out today. I said, you will be out today. And she gets crying and like stuff. She started crying. I'm like, you was just talking all this big noise. Now you want to cry. Because at this point, we done got in each other's face. Because in the midst of all this, she told him, what you gonna do? I said, what you gonna do? What you gonna go? You better get out of my face. I said, honey, I'm in your face. What you gonna do about it? That's when she starts crying and I don't understand, like it's just been a lot going on. People are stealing from me. I'm thinking, well honey, I said you're stealing from them because you ain't paid your rent. Pay it. And if you pay, look, if you couldn't afford it, you shouldn't have moved in. If you just would have paid your rent, we wouldn't be having this conversation. This could have been like non-existent or a totally different conversation. But that you didn't do that, so that's why we're here. So we're going back and forth. When I see her cry, I'm like, bro, like these the tears weren't touching me. I was like, I don't care. I said, look, you don't want to fight. I'm not gonna fight somebody that doesn't want to fight. I'm not a bully, and I'm not gonna fight you. I said, but look, if you keep on, I might hit you. I said, but look, cut all the crying. Cut all the crap. And mind you, in the midst of us arguing too, another one of the tenants had walked in. And she's supposedly known for fighting or whatever. While I was old girl looking shook, I'm just like, girl, relax. This ain't about you. And when she had walked in, the other tenant, when she had walked in, Ashley was like, and yeah, like her boyfriend is so creepy. Like in the midst of her crying, she's crying. Yeah, she's crying, talking about, and her boyfriend is so creepy. The other tenant, she had walked in the room like with her boyfriend, but she was like,
her boyfriend is so creepy, and like I'm just afraid that one day like she's gonna see us talking and she's gonna beat me up.
But I don't think he could stop her. And I'm just like, now if you're that afraid of her beating you up, right? Why are you still talking to her boyfriend? I'll be avoiding him like the plague. If I was crying to the point that I'm afraid somebody's gonna beat me up, I'll be avoiding their boyfriend like the plague. Cause what? And then she starts saying, now you wanna fight me and da. I said, Ashley, look. I said, you don't wanna fight, I'm not gonna fight you. I said, but you gotta get out today. I said, matter of fact, they were gracious enough to let you stay as long as you have because the paperwork that you signed say they could put you out at any time. Now, naturally, you have like, by law, you have an extended amount of time to where like, you have a time of eviction. Like you have 30 days or 60 days, something like that before you get evicted, right? But when you sign paperwork saying, oh, like a shorter time frame, like I can be evicted within 3 days, 5 days if I haven't paid my rent or whatever the cause is, right? Once you sign paperwork like that, it's null and void. You've waived those rights. And that's what she did. And when I'm telling her that, she's like, you guys forged my signature? I'm like, girl, ain't nobody forged your signature. I said, how they forged your signature when you had to sign paperwork when you got into here? Now, if you didn't read it, I said that's on you. But didn't nobody forge your signature. It's on recording and everything. Like, they did do their due diligence with that. They did do their due diligence with that. He says, I didn't sign anything. I don't remember. You forged my signature. I should call the police. I said, call them. I said, matter of fact, you done pissed me off again. Because now I'm ready to fight again. I said, call them. I said, because you're going to need them in a minute. I don't feel like, why is this all even happening? I said, call them before I call them. Either way, they're going to get called. And you're getting out today. We're not playing this game. There's not no back and forth. There's no discussion to be had. I'm not even trying to hear what you're saying to me. I ain't even trying to hear what you're saying to me. Get out. You got to go. You got to go. Your time has expired. You got to go. You got to go. So my boyfriend's like, man, just like let's just go. We're gonna go ahead and call the police if she don't or whatever. And Ashley, she starts calling her boyfriend on the phone, and like she's explaining what happened. She's crying, bawling, going off. He's like, what? I said, yeah. And I done got hyped back up again because like she's just like her mood was like a roller coaster. She was going up and down, like it was pissing me off. I'm like, look, I'm giving you solutions. Either you pay, you get out. Keep cussing, I'm gonna beat your ass, so shut up. What you want to do? Like, it's just like, stop talking, or like it was just so much going on in the moment. I'm like, girl, like she's going on. I'm like, girl, shut up. You don't tell me to shut up. You shut up, bitch. I said, bitch, you shut up. So now we get back in each other's face. My boyfriend's like, whoa, calm down. He like trying to hold me back. And he need a little about two hands hold me back. He pushed her and she just moved back. He was like, oh no. He's like, nah, don't fight her. Don't fight her. I'm just like, it's not even about that. I said, look, she's being disrespectful. That's the only reason I'm ready to fight her. If she would talk to us like she got some sense, this could be a better conversation. Probably still the same conversation, but a better one. And he's like, don't worry, Ashley, I'm on my way. I said, come over. I said, to help her get her shit. So my boyfriend, he done grabbed me and brought me back to the room, and like we're venting about it. We're explaining the situation to his parents, and like what happened. Mainly his like mom, because like, you know, she was helping him like do the renting and stuff and all the paperwork. And she's like, yeah, go ahead and call the police, because like she's been a disturbance. And I'm glad like you guys were able to like, I guess, have a somewhat conversation, like explain what's going on, figure out have a conversation, saying, yeah, you're gonna need to go soon. I didn't say soon, I said today. She gotta go today. About 15-20 minutes later, officer comes knocking on the door. I'm like, perfect. I said, perfect. Just the person I want to speak to. I bet you ain't never seen a black person happy to see him before. I was happy to see him. I was like, yeah. And I told my boyfriend, I'm like, hey, come on. So we go outside, we talking. Like, he already, I guess, got her little spill on the story. I'm telling him what happened. He's like, yeah, y'all stories are matching up. He's like, well, technically she would have to, like, I guess, like, next week to move, because, mind you, this whole conflict took place on a Saturday. So he was like, well, technically by law she would have 30 to 60 days before you guys could evict her, unless, like you said, like we explained, we had paperwork saying she could be evicted within 3 to 5 days, and so she waived those rights. He's like, well, if you guys have that paperwork, then you just take it down to the court, and then they'll have a sheriff come out to remove her from the property, evict her from the property, because like I said, she waived those rights. And like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he was just like, I was like, do you need a statement? Like, do you need information? He was like, nah. He's like, there's nothing I can really do, because this is a civil dispute, which I already knew, because like I've had civil disputes before, and like there was nothing an officer could do. Like, it's just like when you have civil disputes, it's really nothing they could do. So the officer, he goes in, like he just takes our license to say, like, you know, a conflict was had here, but it was a civil dispute about, and then while he was there, my boyfriend's mom had spoke to him or whatever, and she explained the situation. He's like, yeah, he explained to her, like, yeah, just take it down on Monday, and they will remove her if you guys have this paperwork. And everybody's like, yeah, Monday we'll make sure we go ahead and do that. He goes in the house, they talk for a little bit, he comes back outside to us talking. He's like, I told her she had to leave right now if she didn't want to. He said, but she's saying she's already have her boyfriend on the way to help her pack up, and she wants to leave today. I said, okay, well, yep, just make sure she gets all her stuff. He's like, yeah, if another situation happens, you know, just give us a call, we'll try to settle it, but for now, until she moves out all her stuff, it's best like you guys just avoid each other at any cost. We were like, I said, no biggie smalls. I said, no, it's no problem, as long as she's gone, it's no problem. He's like, all right, well, you guys have a good day. We're like, have a good day. Still don't like y'all, but have a good day, right? So about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour after he like left, like I ain't gonna lie, like I kept checking like the other side of the duplex to see if she was packing up her stuff, getting ready to go, because honey, you cannot stay. I meant that. Even if you got to Monday, you cannot stay. Go spend the night somewhere else. I don't care. I don't care what you guys got to say about that. Go spend the night somewhere else. You cannot stay here. You stay somewhere else till Monday. You cannot stay here. About an hour later, though, her boyfriend pulls up. This is the boyfriend that actually has a truck, so he was able to like. This is Shaggy. Shaggy pulls up and he's putting their stuff on the truck or whatever, like helping her pack up. And yeah, we're avoiding each other, but I'm still in the kitchen area. And mind you, I don't ever come out, but I'm all up in the kitchen area. I'm sitting there watching them pack their stuff move, and I'm not just standing there staring, but like I was watching something. So I'm just like, I'm just sitting there looking. Nobody's making eye contact. I'm like, yeah, bet. Her dog starts to walk over towards me, and she's like, what I name her dog? Rocco. She's like, Rocco, come here, Rocco, come here. And like her dog is not paying her no attention, and I'm just like, okay. And like she's like, she wants to walk up and get the dog, but she doesn't want to come near me. I was like, okay. So I'm ignoring the whole thing because, like I said, you can come get your dog. I don't harm animals. I will a person, but an animal, I ain't gonna hurt no animal, no animals, no children, no person. Yeah. So I'm just like, you know, doing what I gotta do, and then I go back to the other side after I'm done washing whatever. Me and my boyfriend, we're still talking about the situation. I'm like, yeah, they packing up. He's like, yeah, I see them packing up or whatever. How long you think it's gonna take them to pack? I said, before the day is, as long as she gone, I don't care. Y'all, they was over there packing for like 3-4 hours. Now, I don't know why it took her even that long to pack because, girl, your room was about that big. So, I guess she just had a lot of junk. But she get all her stuff, she leave or whatever. I'm happy, I'm gleeful. I'm ecstatic, jolly that she's gone. And yeah, but a little extended version of this all, right? So, she leaves, right? And mind you, I told her, anything that you leave, like when we were arguing, I told her, anything that you leave, don't leave it. Because I'm going to throw it out the window. I'm going to have a bonfire. Don't leave nothing. And I don't know why. Pretty much she made sure she did not leave anything. She really did. But she forgot about the little closet that she had. So there's a little closet to the side of her room that she would use, right? And it had loads of dog food in it. Now, I'm not going to feed my dog this crap. But I was like, I'm going to give it away. My wife was like, well, what did she come back for? I said, she's off the property. Don't come back. You even though it was stated to the opposite, you said you were leaving today, so leave. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking through the stuff. I'm like, all right. I was like, hey, if you know somebody that got a big dog, because the dog food was kind of like, it wasn't appropriate for my size dog. I got a small dog. She had a bigger dog. So I'm just like, hey, if I find somebody that has a dog and they need some dog food, I'm gonna give it away. I told him really to give it to his I said give it to his uncle because he has a big dog, but he ended up giving it to one of his coworkers that have dogs, and that was that. But I want to say it was about a week later from when all this happens. Me and my boyfriend were chilling in the room. Mind you, Ashley has not come back. Nothing. Like, we ain't heard nothing. A week later, we hear a knock on our door. My boyfriend opens the door all confused. It's a DoorDash. My boyfriend gets it, and he's like, you ordered something? I'm like, no, I ain't ordered nothing. I look at him like, did you order something? He's like, no, I didn't order nothing. So we both looking confused. It's from Burger King, and we're like, Now it's an actual DoorDash, and guess whose name it has on there? Shaggy. It has Shaggy's name. Now, I guess from wherever they moved to or whatever, or wherever they moved, like, they forgot to change the address. So we ended up getting y'all DoorDash food. Yum. Love that Burger King. It was good. And I'm so happy y'all got a cream pie. But one thing about Burger King is, like, that DoorDash was so slow. Like, it took them forever, apparently, to get there or find where the house was, whatever, because the food was cold. But we could reheat it, and it was good. Thank you for the free meal. Thank you for, I'll take that as like an apology because like you stressed me out that day because me and all those bitches you was calling me was about to whoop your ass. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Well, that's all I have for y'all today. And y'all, I'm a very nice person, so I don't like when people start with me. Ugh. But y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. And if you haven't already, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. Hit that post notifications bell down below so you're notified whenever I post. Follow me on all my social medias. And I can't wait to see y'all until next time. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, and did I mention that we low-key thought like the couple, the boyfriend, we thought he was gonna come out the room and like try to defend her or whatever. That man was quiet as a mouse, but that's because allegedly he had a warrant for his arrest. So when the popo really was there, that man, they left. But that's another story time. Coming soon, but not yet. Love you guys. Bye.